Woo, Lord have mercy. It's a good day, right? Good day to be alive. I'm so happy I have had 2 days where I didn't look at the clock. Because you know what? In heaven, there ain't going to be a clock. Everybody just stays in the moment and the glory, in the cloud of glory. It's freaking awesome. I praise God. I've been able to be blessed to be awake over 48 hours. Just jamming with the Lord and getting such revelation about people. I want to tell people this specifically who are not aware that this is going to happen to them this year, 2026. It's really a prophetic word. There's a lot of people that always felt they were a part of a family or maybe part of a group, or, you just wanted to believe that in your heart because you would be invited, or sometimes you wouldn't be invited. You would just go because you felt like you were part of the family or whatever the situation was. But the truth be known, you never were part of it. It's just now being revealed to you this year, 2026. God is exposing all the people in your life that you've been having in your life for several years. He's exposing them to show you they really never cared, and they never noticed anything that you did that was good, even if it was to help bless a life to be a better person. Even if you helped one of their family members to be a better person by loving them when no one else would. That's what's going to happen. So I'm just telling you right now, it's February, and it's February 11th, so tomorrow's the 12th. It's going to start happening. There's only 28 days in this month, but there's also people on the narrow road, and you're going through things that are very peculiar to you right now. There's a shifting happening, and all the people, God's going to let you see it with the supernatural eye. All the people, well, actually, in my life, even people that knew me, they didn't know me. If a person, and you're around them, and you've been at gatherings, and you did this and that, and blah, blah, and they never could say, I love you, they never did love you. Because I can say those words easy, but I don't use them as often as I used to, because I don't like everybody. And Bible says to pray for your enemies, those who persecute you. So that's why I don't hate nobody. People hate themselves when they come against me. They get very angry. They stoned every time Jesus went through a town, man. Did you know what they had in their hands? Stoned. People were fucking idiots. These people be in the streets when here comes Jesus, the cool bestie best man ever, minding his own business, and here comes all these haters carrying a stone and just trying to find fault with the perfect man, the Son of God, Jesus, the rock star, the rock of my salvation and the bright morning star. He's the only rock star that'll be glorified ever in my life. That's who it's about. And so God will share his glory with no man. So I praise God I ain't famous, but I have made a name for myself because I'm going to help people to realize you don't have to try to take your life. There's help out there. I am right now helping another friend where we're just letting people know that if you're being traumatized and hearing voices and you're being deceived to make you think that you're crazy because you've been labeled, and people say hateful things or shift the blame or whatever. If you've been tormented in that kind of a way, that's very, very toxic, and it actually does something to the human brain. It actually changes the dopamine, the neurotransmitters, and it fucks up the wiring. When a person is, because it's like your hands, you clap them. That's how the neurotransmitters are in the crown of our head. So when the demonic spirits are trying to come against you and trying to trigger you and fuck with you after you've come out of the wilderness for 40 days, not thinking about food or anything except God, hunger and thirst after righteousness, to drink the living water, and that's what it's about. And so somebody that fucks with somebody that's been with God that many hours is they're just stupid. They're a stupid person. And also, they don't realize how dangerous and how strong a person becomes when they go to the top of the mountain with the Lord like Moses. I quit going around that fucking mountain, man, because every time I got around it, I would still see Brenda. And, hey, Brenda, there you are again, round and round the mountain. And I said, fuck going around the mountain. I'm going to climb it. I'm climbing the mountain. And I've had enough valleys. But even in the valleys, that's where you find the water. There's purpose for everything. So in the valleys, I was even in jail. I was so thankful. In 2007, I had nowhere to go. And I was blessed because, I don't know what I did, speeding or forgetting. I didn't go to a court date. Don't matter. I wanted to go there. Well, when I got there, I was thanking God it was in 2007 because I asked God to help me. Please help me. I need intervention. And so I looked at that situation as a blessing, and I stayed there. It was only $250 to get me out. They thought I was intoxicated, but I was in travailing prayer like Hannah was in the Bible when they said she was drunk and messed up. That's not what was going on at all. Her spirit was vexed with suffering for carrying your burdens, probably. And so anyway, I chose to stay there for 7.5 months. And I came off of 7 prescriptions that a doctor had prescribed, narcotics. And in jail, they showed no mercy. I never got charged with anything. It was a prescription that I had. And I was very weary, and I was living in a horrible situation. So I stayed for 7.5 months, and do you know that was the first time in my life I ever felt contentment. I was freaking out thinking, man, I've lost everything, even my freedom, and I love my life. I was working out 3 hours a day. I was eating about 6 times a day. Got up to 140 pounds, and I was solid muscle, and I had no more fear. When someone threatened me, I've never thought of beating nobody's ass. I really didn't know what I was going to do. But I do know that when a person like me gets triggered to the point where Satan's trying to really, really kill me and suffocate me, I'll rip his head off, and I'll pull his lip over his forehead, and then I will cut his head off, and I'll dance on it because he's evil. If you take the D off of devil, you got evil. And if you take the word evil and the letters live, same letters, if you don't have evil in your heart, then you can really live a good life. I'm living the best life ever. Peace, everybody. Right on.